Hello there! Welcome to the video overview of all the software that Mizzou's College of Education library, known as the Reflector, has to offer. I'm Calvin, I'm an employee at the Reflector, and I'll simply be doing a little exhibition, per se, of the software we have installed on every Mac in our library. Now keep in mind that what I've got here, all on the bottom here, this is all extraneous software that we have on the staff computer. That's what I'm recording from. The computers you'll be working with will be a bit cleaner, but it will still have all the same pre-installed software that I'm going to be overviewing today. So, without further ado, let's begin here. In order to look at all the applications installed on a Mac, you have two options. One is Launchpad. It should be there on the bottom task bar there. And this literally is a Launchpad for all the applications installed on the Mac. We've got a bunch of, extras here that you won't see, like I said. Alright, and another way to find applications is the applications folder. I've seen some desktops that have this, some don't. The computers get re-imaged every semester. Kind of change that. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and just right-click here, or that would be command-click actually, open the applications folder. So we can take a good look at all the applications here. Now, first one I'm going to introduce is Audacity. Audacity is a popular and free audio software for multi-track recording and editing. I use this a lot for just basic recording. So there it's recording my voice right now. Basic recording. So there it's recording my... It's really simple, really straightforward. You can look up guides on how to... you can even make some music if you want on this thing. Very basically, but gets the job done. So it's literally just that simple. You can make your own recording. So Audacity is like the go-to for any sort of voice recording you might want to do on a Mac. So next up we have emWave. emWave. I don't think anyone ever uses this, but it is a training system that monitors your heart rhythms and displays an optimal state in which the heart, mind, and emotions are operating in sync and in balance, and that the immune, hormonal, and nervous systems function in a state of harmonious coordination, end quote. So basically, this is stress relief software. I've never used it, but apparently you need a special emWave USB dongle that connects to an ear sensor, and then it can record your heart rate and then collect data based off of that. Kind of interesting. Now, Inspiration is our next one we're going to look at. Inspiration 9 is what it's called on the computers. Now check the box if you like to turn on stylus mode. How about no? Because we don't have stylus. So Inspiration is a visual learning software that helps students organize and analyze information and integrate new knowledge, think critically. Graphic organizers, diagrams, and outlines. These are just visual learning. It's a visual learning software, so you can, I've never used this, but it looks simple enough. Look at me, first time using it. You can think of, like this is idea 1. Good. And now we got, excuse me, I need a drink of water. Now we can make just other bubbles, so it's like kind of like a flow chart, I think. Yeah, you can even put a little earth there. Look at that. Oh. So, that's Inspiration. You can get inspired with this program. Now, next we have to talk about just the basic internet browsers, which I'm sure everyone is familiar with. Google Chrome is definitely my go-to. We also have Firefox pre-installed, and on a Mac you also have Safari, which is another, okay, you know Safari. Safari is Apple's own browser. The only reason I'd use Safari is if I had an iPhone and I wanted to sync contacts. I use Google Chrome because I can just sign into an account and literally have everything synced on my account. So when you log into a Mac with your paw print and password, no one else is going to see your desktop. So you can kind of customize it. So you can sign into Chrome, have all your bookmarks loaded up on any computer really. You'll have to do it every time you go to a new desk with a Mac. But if you go to the same specific Mac in the library and you have if you have yourself signed into Chrome or you have like things on the desktop, they're all going to stay there. They aren't going to delete themselves right when you log out. I'm sure many of you have noticed that. But yeah, so take advantage of the browsers like Chrome that allow you to sync, with your phone, with your computers at home, any computer that's signed into it. Anyways, that's all I really was inspired to say about internet browsers. Windows Media Player is on PC. By the way, we're gonna do a PC version of all these programs after this. But next up, we got all these Adobe Creative Cloud Suite is what it goes by now. It used to be the Creative. I don't even know. Either way, we got the latest stuff on here. We got 2017. I'm really happy actually, because we were stuck on 15 last semester. We re-imaged them and we got the latest and greatest. So as you can see, there's a lot. It's very, very professional. I mean, there's been movies that have been edited in Premiere. I think one of the, was it Captain America? Now, don't quote me on this. I remember seeing at the end of the credits, this movie was edited with Adobe Premiere Pro CC. So Premiere is a video editing tool. Better, I mean, it's a lot more fully featured than, say, iMovie, which is Mac's own movie, basic movie editor, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, this just search up if you want to learn more about these programs. You definitely can search them up because it goes beyond the scope of what I can say. I'm taking classes that just deal with one or two of these at a time, but there's lots you can do. And they're all expensive programs now. I think I'm pretty sure it's like everything these days, it's kind of like a monthly payment cloud-based program, so you have to pay for it month to month, which just kind of sucks, but hey, it's what it is these days. They make money off that. Now, EverNote. Speaking of cloud, everything's cloud sync. Do we have EverNote here? We don't have EverNote. We got EverNote. EverNote is a cloud notes program. Now you can log into your account. I don't have an EverNote account. I actually use OneNote, as you can see. This is my kind of prompt for this video because OneNote's Microsoft's own version, but EverNote's their own thing. You can get an app for your phone, app for your desktop, sign in your account, synchronize all your notes across all your devices. It's really handy. There's you could use Google Keep is another one that we don't have pre-installed, but we have EverNote installed. So hey, if you want to get started on cloud-based note-taking, you can start EverNote. I don't know if we have a special premium package or something like that, but for some reason Mizzou Labs decided to put EverNote on the computer, so might as well use it when you need it. Now, EndNote is industry standard software tool. So what you're going to do is open this like a folder, and then you open up EndNote X8, except first time we've ever used it. Now, it's a industry standard software tool for publishing and managing bibliographies, citations, and references. Now, that is pretty slick. I don't have an account, but I wonder if we could just bust in here and see what it's all about. I don't want to do that. Now, it seems like they really want you to set up an account. We're not going to do that right now, but if you ever need to do, a big research project, multiple bibliography, citations, references, I think that might be a great program for you to work with. QuickTime. Oh, well, here it is. Here's EndNote. Apparently, you can create notes here. Let's move on to QuickTime. EndNote's nice, but let's move on to QuickTime. QuickTime. There's not really much to show you about QuickTime. Now, QuickTime is Apple's own video player. I think there was a time where you could install with PCs. The only way I know that's back in the day when I used to install iTunes on my personal computer. You'd have QuickTime. QuickTime, it's good. It's a great, it's like the default. If you have like a video or something, look at that. The default is going to open up in a QuickTime MPEG-4. But it's not the only video player we have. VLC. VLC is definitely one that let me go to the prompt for VLC. Let me tell you a little bit about VLC. It's a free cross-platform multimedia player that can play virtually any audio or video file. Now, it can play back any format, a lot of formats that QuickTime or on the PC side Windows Media Player cannot. VLC is my go-to, but it's not the default for the computers. You can always change that. You can open with other, and then you have to go find it, but you know, you type V or not. You go to VLC, always open with, maybe. In theory, that should work. But yeah, as far as video players goes, we got them all. We got the good stuff on these computers. VLC is basically all that there really needs to be. Now, next up we have the Microsoft Office brigade here. So we got Excel, OneNote, Outlook, and PowerPoint, and of course Word. Silverlight is, I don't know, that's not, this is for like Netflix. Even Netflix doesn't use Silverlight anymore. I don't know why we have it on this one, but you shouldn't have it. Word, I mean, everyone knows these. OneNote, oh, OneNote, I love OneNote. Now I'm using the web version of OneNote for my, for these, all the programs, my little like transcript here. But I do like the fully featured desktop version. It's nice. It's what I live in. It's how I save trees. I don't take notes with paper anymore. I haven't done that throughout college at all. Actually, I've always used OneNote. I used you know, Google Drive, and you'll open up a document for every day. OneNote, OneNote's better than that. Look, I got all my classes I'm taking right here. Now, this is the web version, so it'll look a little different on the if you choose to sign in with your Microsoft account on this. But here you can just add a new page, and what's really neat is that you can take like an Excel spreadsheet or any sort of like a PowerPoint, any sort of Microsoft Office element, drag and drop it into here, and it'll be formatted completely the same way as it should be. They're very nicely interconnected. I mean, as you would expect. Very good software here. I'd use OneNote personally over EverNote. That's, you know, that's just me. You can try them both. Now going back to what I had, we have Secure Effects. Now, that's actually not installed on anything. I don't know why they still have that in the transcript. Transana. So forget about Secure Effects. Transana. Not sure I've ever used that either. And I don't know if it's here. Here it is, Transana 2. Yeah, oh, now I remember Transana. And it's an audio video transcription and analytical program. So I guess what we were supposed to do with this is okay. Yeah, what you're supposed to do is you add transcripts to videos, aka like subtitles. Well, not really subtitles, but like, I don't know. You can check it out. You could explore that for me if you have any sort of video that you want to transcribe or analyze. Check out Transana. Did I seriously close out of that? Let's open it back up. Another way, so you can just open it up like this. Click on it. Geometer Sketchpad. Geometer Sketchpad. Is that it? Oh yeah. What is this? The Geometer Sketchpad provides a visual way to learn geometry, algebra, calculus, and other areas of mathematics. Fucking drawing dots. This obviously needs its own lesson. I have no idea what to do here. Maybe that's why you do a little welcome videos over in the help. I'd assume every program kind of has like a little help documentation you can check out. Sometimes I'm forgetting. I'm already forgetting. My job is just to show you what we've got installed here. Next thing I'll bring to knowledge is the Smart Technologies folder. That'll include all your Smartboard programs. Now, obviously, there isn't a Smartboard connected to all these Macs, but we got the same image for all the computers. I don't even think there's any Macs that use Smartboards. Oh, yeah, if you roll one, we have the Macs, the portable Smartboards that get rolled into classrooms are used. That we'd use this. Smart Technologies, you'd open up a notebook, and then this would be up on the screen. You'd be able to take out, the Smartboard stylus and start drawing away. And of course, there's other things here. Smart Ink. I'm pretty sure you don't have to open these up to use the Smartboard. It auto launches one of these. I forget which one it is, just so you can write up on the screen and all that. Next up is SPSS. That's under the IBM folder. At least it should be. Maybe not. Okay, where is it? This is handy. We'll go to Launchpad and we're going to type SPS. Oh, that's right. This one in particular. The only program that this staff computer that I'm working on doesn't have is SPSS. It doesn't have the license for it, so I guess we just took it off. Those licenses for SPSS are pricey. SPSS is used for statistical analysis. It's basically a stats program, and having taken a stats class, this is what we had to use, and you had to buy it. I think it was like a special deal of $70. I didn't buy it. I came to the Reflector and used it for free on all of our computers. So this is what it looks like on Windows. It'll have like a bluer UI, bluer theme going on. But on Mac, I think it's just white. But it's the same thing. You got the same icons. SPSS has a bit of a learning curve to its own. If you're in a stats class, they'll teach you how to use it. It looks like Excel, but it's more like a database type, data collection, more like just for research projects, especially, because then you can get different represent your data in different tables and whatnot. It is the go-to stats program. We've got it here on all the computers, free of charge. M+ is a statistical modeling. We're all with the stats, I guess. We also have M+. M+ is another stats thing. If we can find it now. Oh, M+. M+ is only installed on a handful of the computers here in the Reflector. They're on a couple of the Windows PCs on the second floor, and they'll have a tag on the box that says MP. I'm pretty sure they'll be indicated. They'll have a name tag that others don't. That'll represent, and I think we have 3 or 4 of them, that they have M+. I don't have M+ on here. I can't really show it to you, but it's another stats tool. You can analyze your data, yada yada. iTunes. Oh, we're getting into more of the Apple programs here. So I'd assume a lot of students here, a lot of the faculty, they're very familiar with Macs. But then again, there are some programs many probably haven't been introduced to. Now, one thing to note, Siri. So all of our computers have the newest macOS Sierra that got released, late last year, late 2016. And so Siri is now just fully functioning on a Mac OS X now. Look at that. What's Siri going to do?
Your Mac has Mac OS 10.12.3.16.
That's right. Thank you, Siri. So yeah, you can use Siri, which I don't know why you'd use Siri. I used it. It's fine, but in the library, I don't think people want you talking to your computer randomly. But it's always an option if you choose to express yourself that way. iBooks. iBooks is what's used. iBooks and iBooks Author. Now, I'm not too familiar with both these, but I'm familiar enough with them to know that there's a difference. Author, as the name implies, is creating your own iBook. A lot of the students have had to do such a project that utilized iBook. And some problems that have come up, they forget to save, so they export, and there's always a way. They publish this, book, not to the store. I don't want to do the store. They'll just publish it to like a PDF. I don't want to publish it. I just want to export it. And they won't save somehow they won't save their project file. So if they want to go back and make changes, they can't. They're trying to make changes at PDF. You can't do that. You need to save it as whatever extension as. You need to save it. You need to go up here and file save the iBooks author file so you can keep track of it. So you can go and make changes so you aren't screwed when you have to. Because you can't do it with regular iBooks. You can't do it with a published PDF. With that rant ending, let's open up FontBook. FontBook literally is a book of the fonts installed on the machine. You can go through here and look at fonts. I think that's about it. You can maybe add fonts. So you can import fonts. You can download fonts from Google Fonts. There's a bunch of font websites. If you're in HTML web programming classes, you may be familiar with what I'm talking about. Next up is Automator. Do we have Automator? Automator is actually one of Apple's own apps. I'm assuming it comes with every Mac. It implements a point-and-click workflows for automating repetitive tasks. Basically, this is a scripting program for Mac. I don't know why anyone would want to use it. I mean, if you had your own personal Mac and you really wanted to calendar alarm, you can basically automate things. You can really get into this. Oh, I've never even used this, but dang, you can. Just imagine your workflow. If you get a total like Automator game plan set up, oh man, you can dive into that if you're feeling up to it. Now GarageBand, I'm sure everyone's used GarageBand at one point, and it's great that we have it installed. I don't think it comes with every Mac, and this might have to re-download and initialize things. But yeah, GarageBand, it's the most fun and easy drag and drop song creator. You get loops from Apple. You can make your own little songs. It's great if you want to. You can put in like a backing track to whatever interview you'll want to do or any sort of video program. Photobomb track. Oh yeah, basically you can learn. It's pretty simple. Is this the old one? I'm not familiar with this version. I worked on it. Looked different. Moving on. Final Cut Pro. Do we have Final Cut on this? I suppose first I should go over iMovie before I go to Final Cut. So iMovie, I actually have very little experience with, at least outside of elementary school. iMovie is similar to Premiere, like I brought up earlier. Well, it's a video production program. So let's see what MyMovie 1 is. So look, somebody strung together a bunch of clips, and they, yeah, that's a great movie. I wonder who did this. Yeah, and then you can, make movies. Final Cut is like a more advanced version of that, and kind of a little too. I mean, Final Cut is what like Hollywood movies use. I think some of them do. Some of them, I mean, it's not exclusive. I forget what my teacher told me that he used. He's a film producer, director. But anyways, TextWrangler. You'll see this little thing. It looks like a little string of yarn W. You're like, what the heck is TextWrangler? Well, TextWrangler is an all-purpose text and code editor for Mac. But its main use, the reason why I'd use it is like an HTML and web programming language editor. Somebody tried to, and it can also open up C. So me and my co-workers have to work on, we're in programming classes, so TextWrangler can open up, this is very, no one wants to see this, but yeah, it can recognize the syntax of HTML, CSS, C in this case, and highlight it for you. I don't know if it underlines if there's any sort of errors. I would assume that education students wouldn't even care about this too much, but it's there, and it's available for everyone. I don't even know if TextWrangler's supported anymore, but it still works great. Like, I think they're the company that made TextWrangler moved on. CyberDuck. What is CyberDuck? It's a little ducky. Who even uses CyberDuck? I'll tell you. We do. That doesn't even exist anymore. This is from like last year. We're on different servers. What am I even talking about, you're wondering? CyberDuck is software that allows you to download and upload files to a remote server. We use this for classes. If you're in a computer science or programming course here at Mizzou, you're going to have to manage your files located on Mizzou servers somehow. There's a bunch of different clients you can use. The one we just happen to have pre-installed on here is CyberDuck. So we'll try to log into this, and we're not gonna because it's it's dead. It doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, you'd give a link. You would type in a link to the server, and you log into it, and then it'd open up like a file browser, and then you can drag and drop your files to and from the file browser. It's a lot. It's a lot better than working with a Vim Unix interface and all that stuff, at least for file management. ScanSnap, we already went over that. Oh no, we didn't. We went over Smartboard. ScanSnap. ScanSnap is what you're going to be using if you want to scan things. Using our scanners, which I love the scanners here. Oh, it's so much better than taking pictures and trying to crop them and then uploading them. And yeah, use ScanSnap. We're going to use Launchpad to find ScanSnap. So I think ScanSnap is in a folder. Yes, they have their folder right here. When you first log in, and I don't know if this is too consistent anymore, but what you'd have to do before you use a scanner is applications. Man, I need a drink of water. Applications and ScanSnap. You had to make sure ScanSnap Manager was opened up so you could use the scanner. Otherwise, when you hit the little button on the scanner, nothing's going to happen. Once this is opened up, it's running. You hit the button. You have the paper in, it automatically scans it. A little menu will pop up, and then you can, what I like to do usually is, well, unfortunately we're not connected to a scanner, but you basically just save it to folder. You save your file to a folder. I save it to the desktop, and then it's a PDF, and it'll be right there sitting there for you. Whatever you scan is a nice PDF or JPEG if you're doing pictures, I guess. And then yeah, it's your file. Crazy fast and intuitive. I love the scanners here. Python. Why do we have Python? Python's here. It's actually installed on all of them. I don't know if anyone uses Python in here, but Python is just programming language is becoming more and more popular. You can do a lot with it. You just got to learn how to use it, and I have not done that as much as I should. I'm more of a PowerShell guy, but yeah. Python is, if you want to learn it, we got it here for you. You can definitely, there's a Python documentation online. You just Google Python, teach me Python. There's books. It's definitely something you probably need a book for, but yeah, we've got it installed. I think that's it. Oh, well, in terms of all the Apple programs here, I'm sure we know about Photo Booth. I know there's a bunch we haven't touched on. Yeah, there's Photo Booth. Is it going to work? Hey, it's me. I look really tired because I am. But yeah, Photo Booth is a thing. Pages. Okay. Pages. Yeah, I think this is the one that was... Oh, what was it? Was Pages the one that's just like... There's one of them that's basically just like Microsoft Excel. It's Apple's own version. I don't know who would even use that, but it's there. I think it's Numbers? No, Numbers is... Hold on. Let me pause this video. Can I do that? No. I'm just kidding. This is it. This is the one. It looks a lot like Excel, but it's Numbers. It's Apple's own thing. I would just stick with using Excel. we've got it on here. NetBeans. Never used it, but apparently, well, this is because this is hard for me because we have a lot of programs on here that aren't on the other computers. This is the staff computer. I think we got Handbrake on here. Oh yeah, Handbrake. So if you worked with video files, you know that there's obviously different codecs, and it's not so much the case anymore, but you'd have to, you know, like, I think back in the day, if you wanted a little video on your iPod, you'd have to make sure it was an MP4 file or something, you know, pretty low bit rate per se. You couldn't be putting on a H2. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is Handbrake is a video converter. Also, I think it's a video capture as well. Why am I blanking on Handbrake? I've used it before. I've definitely used it as a video converter. It's a video transcoder is what they call it. You can convert a video from any format. Yeah. So you can use it here. You have the source, destination, what kind of format you want. It takes in pretty much any source, any type of video format, and can output it to whatever you need. These two settings here, MP4, H.264, these are gold settings. These are the settings you want. They're high quality. H.264 is like one of the best containers there is for video, but it's not a huge file. It's great quality, great compression algorithm, I guess. So it's a small file, but it looks really good too. Way better than like an AVI file that looks like crap, but it's a lot bigger. It's not compressed as well. Not as compressed, but yeah, there's Handbrake for you. I think that's about it. I've gone 30 minutes rambling about all the programs we have. The bottom line is here, I guess the final message is we've got a lot of programs for you here at the Reflector. This is prime time. This is the prime time spot to be if you have any sort of work. I mean, beyond the realm of education. Like, I'm not an education major, and this all the programs that we have featured here have been very helpful to me. Obviously, most helpful being SPSS for one of the stats course I had to take. That is probably the major key. So if you have any friends, you know, you as an education student have any friends that need to, you know, they're complaining, oh, I have to buy the program, it's $100. Well, check to see if the Reflector has it first. Chances are we might. Maybe some other lab might, but we might have it, and we have a very nice cozy spot to work on it too. So yeah, I think that's about it. I'm looking over here. Yep. If you've actually watched through this entire 30-minute and 55-second, 32-minute, 56-second video, oh my goodness, congratulations. But yeah, refer back to this video when needed, or you can just do the good old searching through the Launchpad, browse through here, or through the applications folder. You can view all the software that we have here at the Reflector. Thank you very much for taking a gander at this video. This is Calvin Taylor signing off. Hello again. Welcome back to the tour of Reflector software available. Software available here on the PCs now. We went over the Mac. Now we're going to take a closer look at actually one of the PCs that features the special programs, M+ and HLM. Not all of the PCs that we have here have these two software packages. Now, we've got this one, that one. Well, who's this person? So this one does have both of them as well. There's some back here that just have HLM. Oh, well, yeah, all four of these right here, as you can see, have HLM. Now, what is HLM, I wonder? Well, if you pull up HLM right here, I've never personally... Oh, is this not going to work? Oh, jeez. So, HLM. I'm sorry I have to record on my phone. There's no screen recording software here. And now my... Come on, autofocus. There we go. HLM is a hierarchical... This does not work. HLM is hierarchical, linear, and non-linear modeling. Fancy stuff, certainly. You can make models with an MDM file here. Let me just go out and, for the record, and say, hey, if you're using HLM, you probably know what it's about more than I do. At least I've never used it. Now, SPSS is on this PC as well as all the other PCs we have, as well as all the Macs. Every computer has SPSS. And so there it is. Y'all know how it works. Or if you need to know how it works, just ask one of us Reflector employees. Some of us know, some of us don't, but we'll at least direct you to someone who does. There are classes you can take, I believe, on SPSS. I don't know if they're through Townsend, but there's definitely some places on campus where you can. So, next up, we're going to look at, what are we going to look at here? R. I think R is another, I don't know if R is on all the PCs. It's definitely only on the PCs. I don't know if it's like a select, select boxes only. But yeah, it's like a stats programming software. Now, I've never used R. That seems a little less user-friendly than SPSS would be. M+. So, M+. We're finally getting M+. Let's see. What's M+? Oh, that was really helpful. Check out their totally old school late 90s looking website they got here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can tell there's definitely some guy that literally said that. You can order M+ for a lot of money. So much money, we don't even say. We do not accept international purchase orders under $250. Isn't that nice that we've got 3 computers that feature M+ here. So you don't have to pay for it. Oh gosh, I would hate having to pay for it. Now, what is M+? It's yet another statistical modeling program that provides researchers with a flexible tool to analyze their data. Yeah. I don't know how to use it, but it's here. I'm just showing you what we got. We've got any sort of stats program that you might need, as I'm sure I've reinstated multiple times. Now let's take a closer look at what's on the PC. So, PC's a bit more straightforward. If you want to find a program, you're going to hit the bottom left start and scroll on the left, and you'll see just all the programs that Windows 10, these Windows 10 PCs have. I think it's G-Power. That's new. That's not cool. I guess G-Power isn't a go. Oh, figured I'd bring up Edge. Microsoft Edge it's not a bad browser. Not bad. It's the official successor to Internet Explorer. And Internet Explorer itself isn't even that bad. It gets bad raps because one of their older versions, and they still have Internet Explorer installed. So they should. Everyone is 10. I mean, it's still a great browser. You can't go wrong with any browser these days. I don't know why I feel like there's some sort of stigma in the little tech geeks bubbles that I used to frequent forums, like forums that would say, oh, use Internet Explorer, or just general comments. People like, any browser's fine. I go with Chrome because it can sync my contacts and it's fast. All the web browsers are going to be pretty fast though these days. All right, focus your camera. Okay. Amos Graphics. It's an IBM SPSS branched program here. Interesting. So this looks like it goes with the SPSS suite here. And you can draw boxes. Oh, I'm an artist. You can definitely play around with this. I guess it's a way to represent the tables that you have created with SPSS with your data. Are there any other unique programs Windows has? I mean, definitely, all the, let's just say Movie Maker. This is Windows. This is Microsoft's own answer to iMovie, I guess you could say. And we can't even use it because we haven't had... Oh, I lied. We can use it. Okay, I think that we have full functionality. Very simple video editor, just like iMovie. Let's say you have like, we don't have any sort of media on here whatsoever I could mess around with, but you'd be able to make movies. Anything else? Paid Wi-Fi and cellular. That is an app. So Windows 10 is kind of weird in that the fact that it's got programs and it's got apps. Huh. The apps are like the new, like for the new tablets. They got the Windows Store, the Windows App Store. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you may be wondering why there's like a bunch of little rinky-dink, weird. Let's see, voice recorder. Now that's legit. You could swing a little voice recorder program here, or you could use Audacity if we've got Audacity. You're telling me, you're meaning to tell me we don't have Audacity on this PC? That's odd. That is audacious. However, one of the Adobe software packages, one of the softwares is Audition. Audition is Adobe's audio editing program. Now that has a bit more of a learning curve than Audacity, which I showed you earlier. That is easy peasy. But this, you can definitely get away. If you want to record something, you just do a multi-track up here. Now, I don't know if you can see this. If you ever want to record something on Windows PC, I would just say move to a Mac and do it on, or move to some computer. I'm pretty sure our other Windows PCs have Audacity, but I don't know what this one is. If they don't, move to a Mac and use it. Macs at least have the built-in microphones. What is going on with this camera? So the Macs have the built-in microphones up top that are decent. But of course we've got microphones you can check out. That great snowball microphone I was recording on earlier. So you go and maybe, yeah, you go to multi-track. Hit OK. You got a new session here. You press R and you hit record. But it doesn't sense a microphone, so there's that little mini lesson here from yours truly. Anything else? Everything else here is pretty. I've already went over Transana. PowerShell, that's just scripting. That's a whole nother thing. I'm just learning. I would consider myself somewhat tech savvy. At least I like to think that it helps me sleep at night for my degree of IT. Anyways, that's about it. I just figured I'd show you the Windows side of things. You got most of the same programs that you can see. Apparently not Audacity though, but I don't fast key tool. Oh my! I didn't think we'd have a key server type thing. So yeah, if you wanna, I honestly don't know what you would use this for. What connecting to this particular computer or a network? I don't know. Key verify. Don't mess with it. There's nothing you can do with it anyways. Yeah. It's looking good. That's about it. R Studio. R Studio. Is this going to be a nicer? Oh, yeah. So it's just like R, except it's got a GUI now. It's got a user interface. Enough of my rambling. I can talk all day. We're going to sign out here. Like I said, it's like this for PCs and Macs. You can create your own little customized profile for this computer. You don't have to worry about anyone getting your data, because if you sign in with your paw print, it's your account. It says save your work just as a precaution. But I mean, we aren't guaranteed to have all your data on here. Like we always, like if a computer has a problem, we can re-image it, which isn't too often. But yeah, you should save your work either on Google Drive or OneDrive or any sort of thing like that anyways. But yeah, you don't have to worry about other people accessing any sort of data you put on here. At least nothing too Not like we're getting hacked or anything. We're knock on wood. But anyways, that's all I've got to say about that. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the software that the Reflector has to offer. This is Calvin Taylor signing off.